Hello and welcome everyone. Today we are going to discuss my top 3 preparatory poses for building up to a wheel pose. Now, the first recommendation I'm going to make is a stretch I've included in many of my classes, is the chest stretch with a strap. I talk about this often. You can use a broom, a belt. Today I'm going to demonstrate with a scarf. You can use anything that's sturdy enough and long enough to open up your chest. The key thing is, if your chest is very tight, you don't want to go back too far, and having the hands wider will be beneficial. And when you feel a little bit more open, after maybe days, weeks, months of training perhaps, you bring the hands closer together and open up. I use the term eventually when I teach. Now eventually might mean a few more rounds from now. It might mean the next time we try in 5-10 minutes. It might mean in 5 years. So just think of that term as a very loose term and trust yourself and judge yourself accordingly. If you feel extremely tight doing the first variation, then eventually means further down the road for you. If you start to warm up and you feel good, then you try to go a little bit deeper. But in this pose, although we're not necessarily doing a huge stretch on the spine, we're opening up the chest, armpits, and shoulders in a way that takes a lot of release. If you have a flexible low back, but you're really tight in your chest, when you go into your wheel or any back bend, but especially the wheel because it has the arms extended, you're going to put all the load into your lumbar spine and you're going to feel really tight through here and not open up effectively. So opening up the chest helps the whole spine get involved in the pose, but it also takes pressure off of the low back. In that same vein, the second pose and or sequence that I recommend is the wall stretch, or what some people call wall dog or wall hang. You stand about arm's distance away, you raise the hands relatively high, and you press the hips away as you lean the chest in. And similarly to the stretch with the strap, if you feel tight in the chest, you want a big wall space, go a little bit wider. Maybe have the hands a little bit lower, but high and shoulder distance, and getting to be able to press the hips back. Eventually your head can rest on the wall. It's a really great way to open deeply into the chest and also build some muscle tone in the back, which is required for getting that arm extension in wheel. The wheel pose is they call it the full back bend often. It's a big flexibility pose, but there's also a tremendous amount of muscle tone that you need to feel really, really good and have an effective experience in the pose. The third pose I'm going to recommend today is the Sphinx. And we go ahead and lower down. We're on the elbows, having the elbows shoulder width or a little on the wide side. Are you seeing the theme here? When your arms are a little bit wider, it's a little bit less pressure on chest and shoulders. Now having a deeper form when your body is ready for it will prepare you for that. But for starters, just doing the Sphinx, maybe working on the Sphinx every day for a year will really help to thaw out the mid-back and open up the chest so you can have an effective practice in the wheel. The deeper Sphinx, where you press into the hands, some people call this the seal pose, is very effective for getting a deep opening in the sternum. And in this variation, we are working deep into the spine as well, whereas those previous poses were effective for opening up the chest. Now we're working on opening up the chest and the spine. And when you do this, you want to breathe a lot more than talking. I'm just talking for instruction, but the student should always be focusing on breathing. So if you are not ready to do the deeper seal, that's fine. Staying with the variations of Sphinx that are easier is perfectly fine. However, if you're not able to do a deeper seal and a bow and maybe even a camel, then it's probably not a good idea to do the wheel pose. There's many other really good poses to help prepare for that, but today I just wanted to do a quick video on my 3 recommendations that don't need a lot of time or preparation to just add to your daily routine, loosen up the chest, get the spine to be more evenly flexible so you can have a good positive experience in the wheel. If doing poses like bow and wheel appeal to you, I've recently filmed a backbend workshop, and you can message me if you would like to get access to that, or join my membership platform, which includes free access to that. You can get the workshop as a paid drop-in, or just join the monthly membership platform to get access to all my long forms, as well as a variety of fun and entertaining educational workshops. So thank you so much for checking in today. Practice according to your needs, breathe, enjoy, and I look forward to talking to you more soon. Ciao, everyone.